Okay, this is unboxing teen. We got several boxes of teens. Today we're gonna my husband's going to the kids donation center tomorrow. So he's gonna take these. So we're just gonna go through them quick. I'm gonna stick to the fantasy, sci-fi types. None of this romantic angst, my boyfriend dumped me stuff. To narrow down the pile because there was 3 large boxes of these things. So anyways, welcome to the D. Louise book series. This is Christina, K-O-S-T-I-N-A. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, no fancy smashy stuff going on here. And if you could please hit the like and subscribe, I'd appreciate it. First up, The Extraordinary Education of Nicholas Benedict. 9-year-old Nicholas Benedict has more problems than most children his age. Not only is he an orphan with an unfortunate nose, but he also has narcolepsy, a condition that gives him terrible nightmares and makes him fall asleep at the worst possible moments. Now he's being sent to a new orphanage where he encounters vicious bullies, selfish adults, strange circumstances, and a mystery that could change his life forever. The Lifters and who in the world did this? Okay. So, see if we can get this off. When Granite Grand Flower Petal and his family moved to Carousel, he has no idea that the town is built atop a mystery. Little does he suspect the strange forces that link murky inches beneath his feet, tearing up the earth like mini hurricanes and causing the town to slowly surely sink. Then one day, Gran sees his classmate, the difficult-to-impress Catalina, press a silver handle into a hillside and open a door to an underground. He knows that she's extraordinary and brave, that he will have no choice but to follow wherever she leads. With luck on their side and some discarded hockey sticks for good measure, Gran and Catalina just might find a way to save their town. Nah. Nah. The Dragon's Price. And it just says a spell born of sacrifice, weighing a terrible choice, a dragon hoarding ancient secret, and a fate no one can control. That's what it says. Ice Kissed. Brian refuses to give up her dreams of serving the kingdom she loves. It's a dream she brings to a whole new realm and glitter-scattered palace of Scotia. The Scotia people need protection from the same brutal enemy that's threatening the Can. Bryn is here to help. Being half Scotia herself, it is also a chance for her to learn more about a lost heritage. Her boss, Ridley Dresden, is overseeing the mission, but as their undeniable attraction heats up, their relationship is about to reach a whole new level that neither one of them is prepared for. No. The Fade. Haley, sometimes terrible things happened in her basement. Haley can feel it. 4 girls went missing several years ago, and the police never solved the case, but Haley knows the missing girls were murdered. How else can she explain the hostile presence in her house? The girls need something from her. Unless Haley can figure out what they want, she might be next. Bad Blood. All 16-year-old Heather McNair wants is to feel normal, to shed intense paranoia she's worn all year like a scratchy sweater. Ever since her compulsion to self-harm came to light, Heather has been kept under doctor's watchful eye. Her family thinks she's better, and there's nothing she wants more than for that to be true. She still can't believe she's allowed to spend her summer vacation, as she always does, at her aunt's home in Scotland, where lots of happy memories, far away from all her problems save one. She can't stop carving the Celtic knot that haunts her in her dreams. Good friends and boys with Scottish accents can help cure almost any except their nightmares. Heather can't stop dreaming about two sisters from centuries ago, Prudence and Primrose, who somehow tied to her own life. Their presence lurks beneath the surface of her conscience, sending ripples through what should be a peaceful summer. What? What? Haunting Adeline. I can't manipulate the emotions of anyone else. I will I will hurt you, make you cry, make you laugh and sigh, but my words don't affect him, especially not when I plead for him to leave. He's always there watching and waiting, and I can never look away, not when I want him to come closer. Such wicked intent. Tragedy has forced 16-year-old Victor Frankenstein to swear off alchemy forever. He burns the dark library. He vows he will never dabble in the dark sciences again, just as he vows he will no longer covet Elizabeth, his brother's betrothed. If only these things were not so tempting. When he and Elizabeth discover a portal into the spirit world, they cannot resist. Together with Victor's twin Conrad and their friend Henry, they venture into a place of infinite possibilities where power and passion reign. The Guardian. Led by the rebooter's former proxy Stid is the figurehead of the revolution, beloved by some and revealed by others. Liam is a 17-year-old rebooter. If Sid's bodyguard must protect him with his life, but armed machinists aren't the only danger in the post-Jubilee world. People are falling ill. Their veins show through their skin. They find it hard to speak, and sores erupt all over their bodies. Guardians, the violent forces of the old system, are hit first, and the government does nothing to help. The older elites fall next, and in the face of the indifferent government, Sid decides it's up to him to find the cure, and what he discovers leaves him stunned. All right, maybe one relationship angst. How not to ask a boy to the prom. Sure, it might be nice to have at least have his first kiss at some point, but Penn Valley High School is not exactly brimming with prospects. All things considered, Nolan is more than happy to ride out the rest of his junior year during Norwell's, working at the greenhouse, getting smoothies with Wawa with his best friend Evie, and aggressively avoiding anything that involves an ounce of school spirit. Unfortunately for him, his adoptive big sister has other days. Ideas that involve too tight pants, a bag full of glitter, and worst of all, a non-refundable ticket to the undersea themed junior prom. Toward a secret sky. Maureen Hamilton has always loved cracking codes and solving riddles, but when she's sent to live in Scotland following her mother's death, Marin inherits a cryptic journal revealing a dangerous mystery she isn't sure she can unravel. The more she reads, the more Marin becomes plagued by dreams of terrible accidents and otherworldly visions, and everything changes when one of those visions steps out of her dreams and into real life. Marin is drawn to Gavin in ways she can't explain, and through him she learns the truth behind her mother's death. Anna Hamilton was part of a secret society that hunted demons. With only the clues from her mother's journal to guide them, Marin and Gavin travel Scotland to London, searching for answers in cathedrals, political states, and underground labyrinths. As Marin is drawn deeper into the world of angels and demons, she must decide whether she will turn her back on the ancient eternal war, or if she will fight her mother's battle to protect the people she loves. London Eye. 2 years after London is struck by a devastating terrorist attack, it is cut off from the world, protected by a military force known as choppers. The rest of Britain believes the city is now a toxic, uninhabited wasteland. But Jack and his friends, some of whom lost family on what has become known as Doomsday, know that the reality is very different. At great risk, they have been gathering evidence about what is really happening in London, and it is incredible because the handful of London survivors are changing, developing strange, fascinating powers. Beneath the Haunting Sea. 16-year-old Tilla was born to a life of certainty and luxury, destined to become empress of half the world. But when an assiduous rival seizes power, she and her mother are banished to a nowhere providence on the far edge of the Northern Sea. It is here in the dafty halls of the ruined dot that Tilly discovers family secrets, a Melancholy bar with a troubling vision of her future, and a relic that holds the power of the ancient star. On these shores, the eerie melody of the sea is stronger than ever, revealing long-forgotten tales of the goddess Ran. The more dark truths that Tilly unveils about the goddess' history and her own, the more waves call to her, and it's her destiny to answer. The Storyteller. It begins the day Anna finds the child's doll on the floor of the student lounge. When it's claimed by Abel, the school's drug dealer, Anna becomes determined to learn more about the mysterious boy with the military haircut and deep blue eyes. She follows him after school and discovers a secret. Abel is caring for his 6-year-old sister, Micah, alone. Anna listens in as he tells her a fairy tale, the story of a little orphan queen pursued by hunters across the oceans for treasure she carries, pure diamond heart. It's a story that parallels to reality. Social services and Micah's abusive father could take her away from Abel if they discover the truth. The Kinder Poison. Zua has dreamed of leaving the kingdom of Akra and having the kinds of adventures she only ever heard about in stories. But a lowly whisper, her power to commune with animals, means that her place is serving in the royal stables until the day her magic runs dry. All that changes when the alien ruler invokes the crossing, a death-defying race across the desert, in which the first of his heirs to finish and take the life of a human sacrifice at journey's end will ascend to the throne. Why do you have to kill to ascend to the throne? Osiris Curse. When Nikola Tesla is murdered and blueprints for his super weapon are stolen, Sebastian Tweed and Octavia Nightingale are drawn into a global cat-and-mouse chase with the killers. What's more, it seems that the people who shot Tesla are the same people responsible for Octavia's mother's disappearance. As the two cases intertwine, Tweed and Nightingale's investigation leads into a murder archaeologist and a secret society called the Hermetic Order of Ursus. Fleeing the cult's wrath, they undercover the Abalone, a luxury airship setting out on her maiden voyage to Tutankhamun's View, a 5-star hotel built with the hollowed-out and refurbished Great Pyramid of Giza. Okay. The Chemical Garden, Wither. Thanks to modern science, every newborn has become a ticking genetic time bomb. Males only live to age 25 and females only live to age 20. In this bleak landscape, young girls are kidnapped and forced into polygamous marriages to keep the population from dying out. No thanks. The Name of the Star. The day Louisiana teenager Roy Devereaux arrives in London marks a memorable occasion. For Rory, it's the start of a new life at London's boarding school. But for many, this will be remembered as the day a series of brutal murders broke out across the city, gruesome crimes mimicking the horrific work of Jack the Ripper. Soon, Ripper mania takes hold of modern-day London, and the police are left with few leads and no witnesses except one. Rory spotted the man police believed to be the prime suspect, but she is the only one who saw him. Even her roommate, who was with her at the time, didn't know the mysterious man. So why can only Rory see him? And more urgently, what is he planning to do about her? And that is the end of the teen sort of kind of fantasy, sort of kind of fiction, sort of kind of something weekly unboxing. We're going to head over to the kids' place tomorrow and drop them off with some others, the relationship angst ones, and get that going and divide the rest of them up for the other charities. And don't forget, Flashback Monday tomorrow. And if you have any suggestions for that, please let me know. My daily book reviews and my Star Trek Next Generation, Star Trek Voyager recaps on Friday. My Eve Dallas character spoilerizations on Saturday. If then on Friday afternoons. If you like this book, maybe you like that book. And of course, my daily book reviews. Have a good one. Oh, and don't forget, every night at 7:45 on the D. Louise Book Series channel, we're talking about a chapter in Echo in the Bone, written in my own heart's blood, and bees. And maybe one day we'll go back to the beginning of Outlander, but I started with the end of season 7. Have a good one.